My name is Annabelle Asher, known as the Frugal Goddess, and I've been doing a series of videos on my rehab project, but today I'd like to talk about something different. Frugality has a lot of moving parts, and one of them is our connection to nature, which is free and is good for our mental health, our emotional health, and our spiritual health, and probably our physical health too. So I'd like to read something that I wrote for Substack, and it talks about our relationship to the stars. Okay. When I was a small girl, it was much easier to see the stars. Not as easy as in the time before light pollution, but the light pollution was not as bad in the 1960s as it became shortly thereafter. If you were able to get even a little way outside of the smaller cities, the Milky Way would open up before you just after dark when the moon was not big. What I saw was not quite what the Greek shepherds saw, but close. Throughout the world in those ancient days, and all the way up until the advent of electric lights, anyone could see things that require a trip to the high desert of New Mexico now. Billions of people have never seen the Milky Way. Around 80% of those living in the developed world, which is the part of the world, unsurprisingly, that is driving the capitalist ecocide. The connection is clear. In 1969, the world was stunned by the first images of our planet, that miraculous green-blue orb hanging in the firmament. That alone should have changed everything, but somehow it did not. By that time, our ability to see the stars was diminishing. The 24-hour culture was upon us, the consumerism, the commodification, the worship of speed. We gained a photographic view of the Earth, but lost the stars. Most of us will never see the Earth from space, but looking at a real thing instead of a facsimile or photograph is a far deeper experience. When you look up at the Milky Way under dark skies, it touches something deep in your human consciousness. And this experience, which could only be described as spiritual, was available free to every one of us until the mid-20th century. Star deprivation causes a type of spiritual sickness born of the postmodern world. We have, in this world, lost the ability to place ourselves in the universe. We have traded starlight for bright electric lights burning day and night, productivity without commensurate reward, and without consideration of any negative effects. What we can't see at night has caused us to lose our connection to the earth by day. What we don't see is killing us. This is something I want to contemplate just for a little while in the midst of all this disruption, hate, and discontent. The Milky Way is our immediate neighborhood in a vast universe where we get to exist embodied for a short while. Everything that we see and that we are is made of stardust. We need to be able to see the stars. Would that we could all quiet our hearts, eat peaches, and dance under starlit skies. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.